South Africa Crime Unit, the Hawks, proceed with the investigations on Chivayo'S financial crimes in their country. Very, very interesting. I hope people vachiri kurangarira muchiri kurangarira patime yatakamboita a show where I was explaining to you kuti nyaya yemusharukwa uyu yadzambira futa musafunge kuti yapera. The fact yekuti yaka-investigatwa and then an alert message was also sent to the American government, right? You still remember tichita show yachona iyoyo and ndanchitsanangura patime yachona iyoyo ndichiti muchaona kuti my investigations acharamba achiendera mberi, and the more they will keep on going on vacharamba vachita unveil even more, because these guys havana kungotangira pazek chete papaya vanotone nyaya dzavakatanga kuita kudhara dzanga dzisina kutombobatwa. So the ZEC scandal ndo ichaita review zvimwe zvinhu zvese zvakawanda, and that is exactly where things are getting to now. So it's going to be very interesting nokuti pachabuda some of these other issues. It's going to be really a total disaster that is ahead. So you might find it will be very difficult now for South Africa to sweep under the carpet some of these issues, especially my politicians vanowirirana nezvigananda vachange vapa tight, because there's a lot of pressure that will be coming also on South Africa, as it also belongs to other bodies and other organizations like BRICS and so on and so forth. Ndakambotsanangura nyaya iyoyo. So indaba kadzambara futa ingani iqhubekela phambili eSouth Africa with ama hawks esithi baya phambili ngoku-investigate ama-crimes akhe awenzileyo elizweni lelo. So lokho nje kutshengisa ukuthi ezinye izinto abazenzayo kudala before indaba yezek iphuma le zizabe sesiphuma manje egcekeni, and it's really not going to be well, especially for him. So with quite a number of those crimes having been done and swept under carpet, the ZEC deal is now becoming the Sarajevo, which is now opening up the rest of those things that could have been hidden or that could have been swept under carpet. Saka nyaya yachona ameno ande imberi kumberi kune nyaya kumagumo kune nyaya kwatiri kuenda ikoko, right? South Africa Elite Crime Fighting Unit, the Hawks, has confirmed that its investigation into the explosive 1.1 billion Zimbabwean election fund scandal is still active, directly contradicting public claims by Zimbabwe anti-corruption watchdog and thrusting businessman Widening Chivayo back under the spotlight. In a development that deepens the cross-border controversy, the Hawks say they are pressing ahead with investigations into suspicious financial flaws linked to payments made by Zimbabwe's treasury to South African firm Renform CC for the supply of electoral material during the 2023 general election. These funds were later flagged after being channeled to a web of companies allegedly linked to Chivayo, triggering money laundering probes on both sides of the Limpopo. This comes as the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, ZAC, last year publicly stated that it had found no link between Chivayo and the 1.1 billion US 67.25 million at the current exchange rate. Crucially, sources with direct knowledge of the investigation say ZAC has not formally communicated this position to South African authorities. So this is the story. The decision taken in another country will not affect our investigation. The evidence gathered on this side will determine a way forward. Hawks spokesperson Tandi Mbambo told the Zimbabwe Independent this week. Mbambo confirmed the unit was analyzing suspicious transaction reports generated by South Africa's Financial Intelligence Center, which were shared with the South African Revenue Service, the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority, and Zimbabwe Financial Intelligence Unit. We are looking at the suspicious transactions flagged by the FIC. Only when evidence has been gathered will a formal investigation be launched, and we will know as well who is the person of interest, she stated. At the heart of the issue is a 1.1 billion payment made by Zimbabwe Treasury to Renform CC, a company selected by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, ZAC, allegedly without a competitive tender process to supply polling materials for the 2023 elections. The FIC later flagged Renform for allegedly inflating its invoices to ZEC for transferring large sums of several firms allegedly linked to Chivayo. Among alleged companies implicated are Intratech Holdings, Dolintel Trading Enterprise, Eden Breeze, Asibambane Platinum Group, and Agile Venture Capital. Sources in Pretoria confirmed that South Africa authorities have received no official notification suggesting that Chivayo had been cleared by Zimbabwe investigators. Our investigation, based on payments transferred by Zimbabwe Treasury to Renform and subsequently channeled to firms linked to Chivayo, is still alive, one source involved in the probe stated. Investigation of this nature take long to conclude. We are still investigating. Unfortunately, investigations are not run through the press. Chivayo, who was convicted of fraud in 2004, has previously complained about the toll the investigations have taken on his personal and business life. Any reputational damage is almost irreparable, he told the Independent in December. The prolonged investigations based on fabricated allegations caused severe and irreparable damage to my business interests and personal reputation over the past 2 years. He also confirmed that despite ZAC's public pronouncements, he had not yet received any formal notification that the Zimbabwe investigations had been closed. Repeated questions sent to ZAC in December on whether it had formally concluded its probe and whether it had notified the Hawks went unanswered. A source familiar with the matter said in plain terms, it is not clear whether ZAC actually closed its investigations despite the chairman's announcement last year. What is clear is that nothing has been communicated by ZAC to the Hawks or to Chivayo. At the time of publication, Renform had not responded to questions. ZAC also failed to explain how the company was selected to supply sensitive election material without a public tender. Meanwhile, the international dragnet appears to be widening, with the United States Justice Department and Federal Bureau of Investigations also understood to be examining aspects of the case. Can you see later on that when we see that even the United States government is also still interested in looking into these issues. Ipapo ndo panongotaridza pega kuti kwatiri kuenda kunonakidza. Kumagumo kwezvigananda kuri padhuze zvinonakidza, because once there is a certainty and a conclusion to this, chinongozodaidzirwa bazi inenge yangova warrant of arrest, and ndo pamuchaona kuti zvigananda hazvina power manje, because kana yava international warrant of arrest hapasina zvavanenge vachagona kuita. Mnangagwa haakwanisi kushiridha dzamba rafuta kuti asabatwe kana nguva yacho yasvika, akudiwa international, and zvezvakureva kuti kubuda muZimbabwe kunenge kwava very dangerous. So ndo kwatiri kuenda ikoko, and it's not only him, it's a chain of them. Vese vari kunana gold mafia muchavanzwa vakupinzwa mudare manje vakupinzwa mugango vakukangiwa, because Donald Trump neadministration yake, they are not joking. They are coming after whoever has been found on the wrong side of things. Isu charamba chinamata Mwari itai zvamunoita, nyika yeZimbabwe isununguke, zvigananda ngazviwire pasi, Zimbabwe ngaisununguke.